everyone. Welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you've joined us today. We're coming to you from our YouTube channel, Bottoms Down Chair Yoga. And if you haven't already, if you would click that subscribe button, we would really appreciate it. It's free, lets you know when new videos are posted, and it helps us out. And if you haven't left me a comment, I would love to hear from you. All right, so we're going to get started today. We're only going to need our chair and a yoga strap. Now, if you don't have a yoga strap, you can substitute like a men's tie. You can substitute a belt or a scarf, anything that's kind of, got some length to it. And if you don't want to use the strap, that's fine too. All right, if you have your strap, we're going to go ahead and just place it back underneath our chair, kind of get it out of our way for right now, and we'll be coming to that soon. All right, let's get started. We are going to move forward in our chair. So no leaning back, right? We want to sit up nice and tall, and I want you to go ahead and lift your heart. So the minute we lift our heart, what do you feel? You feel your abdominal muscles engaged, don't you? You feel these belly muscles engaged. So you will hear me cue a lot during class, belly button to spine, lift your heart. This is the feeling that I want you to have anytime I remind you to pull that belly button in. This is the feeling that I want you to have, okay? Now the next thing we're going to do is lower those shoulders down out of the ears. So we tend to kind of have those shoulders inching up, and I want you to really concentrate on pulling those shoulders down. Next thing we're going to do is what we call grounding in yoga. So I want you to think about grounding your feet to the floor. So we kind of have those 4 pressure points in both of our feet. It's behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and we have 2 points of the heel. And I want you to think about having all 4 of those points equally weighted in both of your feet on the floor, okay? So we're kind of grounding those feet. Next thing I want you to think about are your sits bones. There are these pointy bones we sit on, and I want you to have equal weight in both of those sits bones. So we're not leaning one way or the other. We have those sits bones grounded to the chair. All right, now we're going to take our hands and we're going to flip up palm to the ceiling and place them lightly on the thighs. Again, I comment on this. If you like a mudra, do a mudra. If you don't like, that's just a kind of a finger placement, and this one particularly is for energy. So if you're going to do one, I would do this one. But if you don't want to do those, it's okay too. It doesn't matter. Let's take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, just let your eyes close. And begin to just focus on your heart center. Let go of everything outside of the room. This time is just for you. Feel your natural inhalation and exhalation. And just notice that breath, right? We breathe autonomically all day long. This is your opportunity to just kind of focus in on that breath. Go ahead and deepen that breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Now we're going to add our yoga breath, that belly breath, that diaphragmatic breath. As you inhale, fill the lungs from the bottom up, the belly extends. As you exhale, pull the belly button to the spine and actively push the air up and out of the lungs. Do that a few times at your own pace. And breathe normally. We're going to do that one more time. This time, see if you can make your exhalation longer than your inhalation. Go ahead at your own pace. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice. Focus in on what you want to accomplish. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. How does that feel? Let's drop our right ear to our right shoulder. So we're just feeling that nice stretch in the neck. So go ahead and take the right hand, and I just want you to lay it lightly on the head. Don't pull, don't tug. Just, it's resting there very, very gently. And let's go ahead and take that opposite arm out at a diagonal to your side. Palm is facing down. All right, now in that left hand, flip that palm up to the ceiling. Oh yeah, little difference, right? At least I feel it. I feel a little difference from when my palm is down or up. All right, now listen. Take that left hand out first. Take the right hand off of the head. And now lift that head up. And if you need to help it, it's okay. Oh boy, quite a stretch, isn't it? Roll those shoulders. Oh yeah, up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. And let's reverse it. And we're going to do the other side. All right, are we ready? Let's let that left ear fall towards that left shoulder and just kind of hang out here for a couple of breaths. And hey, this may be where you want to stay, and it's okay, right? But if you want to be with me, I'm going to bring this left hand up and I'm just going to lay it lightly on my head. Oh boy, I'm not pulling, I'm not tugging, it's just resting there, but I feel it. Take the opposite hand out to the side, palm is facing down first. Now if you want to flip that palm up to the ceiling, go for it, your choice. Oh my goodness, this side is tighter for me. One more breath. All right, let's take that right hand out first. Take the left hand off of your head next, and then lift that head up. You can help it if you need to. Oh boy, let's roll those shoulders. Yeah. And reverse it. Very good. All right, let's just go ahead and look over that right shoulder. And let's look center and look over that left shoulder. And look center. Now we're going to look over that right shoulder one more time. Just see if you can take it a little further, but gently. We're warming up. And let's go ahead and look center, and we're going to look over the other side and take it just a little deeper, just a little bit. We're looking over that shoulder and look forward. Let's roll one shoulder at a time this time. And reverse it. Nice. All right, very, very good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is called a chin tuck. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me a little bit better. You stay facing me, okay? So what we're going to do is I want you to just sit up nice and tall, just like we've been doing, all right? And I want you to take your finger and I want you to place it on your chin, okay? See what I got going there? My finger's just here on that chin. Now, I want you to take your chin away from your finger. So don't move your finger. I want you to take your chin away from the finger. You see what I'm doing? It's called a chin tuck. All right, now let's come back. Go ahead and touch that the chin to the finger again. And we're going to do that one more time. Are we ready? Take a deep breath in first. And then as you exhale, bring that chin back. It's a nice stretch for the back of the neck. All right? Go ahead and bring it forward and release. How did that feel? That's kind of a nice one, isn't it? A little chin tuck there. Okay, so the next stretch, what we're going to do is we're going to pin some muscles. So I know it sounds kind of freaky, but just take your right hand and right underneath your collarbone, I want you to put your fingers right there, and there's a kind of a band of muscles right there, and I want you to hold that in place, okay? So I'm pressing pretty hard to hold those muscles in place, so I don't want them to move for the next section. Now you're going to take your nose and you're going to track it up to the ceiling, the same side, right? So it's your left side, and you're going to track that nose up, and you're going to kind of look over your back shoulder. Do you feel those muscles trying to pull? So I want you to pull them down, hold them, and as you look up, you might get a little stretch in those muscles that come down and through the neck. One more breath. All right, we're going to release that and keep your hand right here. Ready? Engage those muscles again. Now this time that nose is going to track down over that shoulder. Do you feel it? Oh my goodness, I feel those. I don't know about you, but I do. All right, let's come up and release it. Now we're going to do the other side, okay? So now we're going to take this hand right under that collarbone right there. You've got this muscles. There's more than one, but it's you can just think about it as a big muscle right there, all right? And we're going to hold that. We're going to pin it, all right? So take your nose and you're going to track it up to the ceiling over that shoulder. See if you can look back behind you a little bit until you feel that stretch. Oh my goodness. One more breath. All right, bring that everything forward. You can relax for just a moment. Now engage that again. This time our nose is going to track down to the floor over that shoulder. I feel this one the most. I don't know about you guys, but that looking down, and if I really hold that down and don't let those muscles move, I really feel a good stretch there. And we're going to release. Let's roll those shoulders again. All right. All right, we're going to move to our mountain pose. So we're going to start here. Remember, you can be right here if you want to. Belly button is tight. If you want to add on, we're going to extend that mountain up to the ceiling. Stretch it up, trying to touch the ceiling with those fingertips. All right, are we ready? Let's bring that right hand down to the chair. Let's lengthen through that left side, and we're going to lean. Now hold on to the chair is fine, right? You're supporting yourself. So I want you to deepen into that lean as much as you can, keeping that opposite hip down, right? So just stretching through, feeling that stretch all the way from the hip bone, all the way out that pinky finger. Really feel that, okay? All right, let's come up and we're going to do the other side. So let's start in that mountain pose. And remember, if you have shoulder issues, you can stay right here or you can come to goalpost arms. And you can do the same kind of thing with that goalpost arms, right? But if you're with me, we're going to extend those arms up to the ceiling. Shoulders are down, belly is tight. Bring this hand down, extend up and lean. Oh boy, I feel that one. One more breath and down we go. Let's roll those shoulders. Oh yeah. And reverse it. All right, let's place our hands lightly on our thighs, elbows are wide. We're just going to move into a little cat and cow here to warm things up. So here we go. Belly button to spine, round the shoulders, tuck the chin, let the head fall, looking at your belly button. We're going to lift that heart up, thumbs to the back wall. Ha, there's that cow pose, excuse me. Let's do that again. Cat pose. And lift it up into cow pose. We're going to add the breath. We're going to inhale into cow, and we're going to exhale into cat. Inhale into cow, exhale into cat. Let's inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. Beautiful. Go ahead and roll those shoulders. Very nice. All right. So we're going to do some full body circles. We're going to place our hands on our thighs and we're going to let ourselves rock to the right. Do you feel that? So again, it's kind of like a leaning mountain. We're kind of mixing leaning mountain, cat and cow, kind of all together here. So we're going to keep this hip down. Now I want you to come forward. Place your hands here on those thighs for support. And then we're going to come around to the other side. Now here's the key. Don't skimp on this back part, right? I want you to lean back. Get that belly tight. Now, if you're too close to the back of your chair, you may need to move forward a little bit so that you can really activate the belly as you come back, right, into this back part. So we want it to be slow so that we're really working those belly muscles, and then we're going to reverse it. There we go. I'm not going fast, am I? On purpose. I want you to feel all the stretching happening, all the muscles warming up, everything happening. So take it nice and slow through our body circles. Don't skimp on that back part, remember. One more. Let's go all the way to the back. And from here, pull that belly in and lift up. Very good. Is everybody feeling good? Feeling warmed up a little bit? Okay, let's do a little bit of warm up for those legs. So we're going to do our crescent lunge. We're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it wide. Now our left knee is going to fall down towards the floor. And remember, this could be a version that you want to stay in with that knee straight down. And that's fine. But if you want a little bit more, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my foot back behind me. I'm up on my back toes and I'm trying to lengthen through the leg just a little bit. You should feel it right here, right in that front leg and the front hip flexor. Let's go ahead and look over that bent knee and breathe. All right, we're going to release that and we're going to do that one more time. Here we go. Lifting that heart up, breathing into it, feeling the stretch in the front of that leg, and release. All right, let's face forward. Now, I want everybody, if you have your strap, I want you to go ahead and grab that strap. And we're going to place it right here in our lap because we're about to use it. Okay, so we're going to come into our pyramid pose. So we're going to extend that left leg out in front of us, toes to the ceiling, all right? So lift up first, hinge forward, and feel that stretch on the back of the leg. So the key to this pose, to maximizing the stretch, is keeping the back flat, all right? All right, let's go ahead and come up. And we're going to do that one more time. Extend and hinge. Beautiful. All right. Now keep that leg right where it is. Grab your strap or tie or scarf or belt or nothing. You can keep doing what we were just doing. But if you're with me, I'm placing that strap under the ball of my foot. Not the arch of my foot, but the ball of my foot. Okay? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the spine long, and then I'm just going to walk my hands down the strap ever so gently, pulling. So that does two things. The first thing is it gives you a little more flex in that foot. And the second thing is you can maximize the stretch in that hamstring, the back side of that body, of that leg. All right, let's walk back up. Go ahead and remove that strap. And if it doesn't bug you too much, you can leave it in your lap. If it's going to bug you too much, just go ahead and set it down and we'll come back to it on the other side. All right, so it's your choice. I'm going to set mine down because I think it's not going to stay in my lap. I move too much. All right, let's go ahead and do the other side. So we're going to take this leg and we're going to open it nice and wide first, right? Okay. This opposite knee is going to fall down towards the floor in a beautiful crescent lunge. And remember, this could be your version right here. I'm looking over that front knee and I'm good to go. If you want more, I'm going to push that foot back behind me, right? Lifting my heart, looking over that front leg, feeling a pretty good stretch in the front side of this leg back here. Let's go ahead and release that stretch, and we're going to do it one more time. Ha, right? Remember, belly is tight, heart is lifted, shoulders are down. We're just breathing natural. Don't worry about the yoga breath. Just breathing. One more breath, and let's release that, and let's face forward. Okay, so we're going to do that pyramid pose. So I'm going to go ahead and reach down and grab my strap so that I have it. So when we get to that part, I'm good to go. All right, so right leg extends out, toes to the ceiling. So we want that foot flexed, but don't lock out the knee. We want the leg straight, but we don't want the knee locked. We're going to extend the spine long, keep the back flat, and let your heart fall forward. All right, so kind of look up at me if you can. That's going to help you keep that back flat. So we're not rounding, right, like we do in cat pose. I want you to keep the back flat. And breathe. All right, let's go ahead and lift up. And we're going to do that one more time. Extend the spine long. Let the heart fall forward. Feeling the back of the leg stretching. All right, up we go. Now, grab your strap. Or if you don't have your strap, you're just going to do that same. I'm sorry, my nose is itchy. I'm trying not to scratch it. And we're going to do that same thing and use your strap this time, right? We're going to hook it over the foot to the ball of the foot. And if you want to, you can hold your strap, maybe one strap in each hand or hold both in one hand, or you can hold on to your thigh with one hand. It's all good, right? There are options. But the first thing I want us all to do is lift your heart up first, extend the spine long, pull that belly button to the spine, hinge forward, and then walk your hands down that leg or down that strap, right? You've got options on where you want to put that other hand. And we're just breathing here. We're breathing into it, just your natural breath. One more breath, and we're going to walk it up nice and slow. All right, go ahead and remove your strap. And let's place our strap under our chair. We're going to come back to that in a moment. Let's grab a sip of water. All right, let's come to standing. So we're going to start on the right side of our chair, and we're going to be facing our chair, okay? So we're going to take the foot that's next to the back of the chair, and that's the foot that's going to go underneath. And we're going to take a step back with that opposite foot, and we're going to turn it to that 45-degree angle, all right? So the thing about having the foot at that angle, so we don't want it at that 90-degree angle, right? Because your hips just cannot come around. They just really have no way. But if you turn that foot to where it's up at an angle, 45-degree angle basically, now you can get those hips forward, all right? So that's the key, is getting the hips forward. We're going to go ahead and bend that front knee. You can hold your chair, that's fine. All right, you feeling it? Bending that front knee? Oh, yeah. Let's bring our hands to our heart. So think about belly to button to spine. Extend that, lengthen through that spine long. Really thinking about pulling in here. So this is the key to having a solid warrior one. We're going to have our hands to our heart. And now we're going to inhale, and on an exhale, we're going to bring those hands to the ceiling. Shoulders are down, and we're going to move to our warrior two pose. All right. So in our warrior two, my front knee is bent. I'm leg is actually can touch the chair. So then we know, we kind of have that stability, right? It's nice to have it. Belly is tight, shoulders are down. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to take this hand, this left hand, and we're going to let it fall straight down to the mat, to the chair, excuse me. And here we are in a side angle pose, all right? Now, for this first one, we're going to actually use the chair. Believe me, we'll be building into this one where we'll be here. But let's start with our hand in the chair for this first one, all right? Just gives us a little more stability while we bind until we can kind of get the feel of that. So now, I want you to take the hand that's in the air and put it on your waist and lift your heart, all right? You feel that heart opening? Now, let's go ahead and extend that hand out. We're breathing here. One more breath. We're going to press through that front leg and we're going to come back up to that warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior. So we're going to flip that palm up and back. Feel that nice stretch through the side waist. Back to your warrior two. And we're going to step out of that, okay? All right, just take a moment. We're going to stay on this side and we're going to add just the one bind, using our body, not using the strap for this first one, okay? All right, so let's get back into it one more time. Take that foot, step it back, 45-degree angle, hips are forward, bend the front knee. Bring that belly button into the spine, lengthen through that tailbone, bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, hands to the ceiling. All right, let's move to those goalpost arms. Now we're going to look up at the ceiling. So there we're adding a heart opening in our warrior one pose. You feel it? Heart is opening. We're looking up towards the ceiling. Shoulders stay down. One more breath. Bring those hands back to your heart. Okay, actually, let's come back up to the ceiling. That's okay. I don't mind coming to the heart first. Now we're going to move into that warrior two. You got it? Look over those front fingertips if you can. Let's reverse that warrior up and back. Now, as we come down, we're going to place that hand in the chair and come into that side angle pose. Heart is open. The hand in the air. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bend that elbow and we're going to let that arm slide back behind us. And we're going to press the palm into the back as we lift our heart up. You feel it? I do. All right, one more breath. Now let's take that arm back out. We're going to press through that front heel as we come back into that warrior two. Let's reverse it one more time because it just feels really good. Back to warrior two, and we're going to step out of it. Okay, let's go to the other side. So again, the leg that's next to the back of the chair is the one that's going to come up under your chair, because that just makes it where we're all going in the same direction. It's not like it's any big deal, but it just helps us all go in the same direction. All right, that back foot, remember that 45-degree angle we talked about? Get those hips forward. And if you need to heel toe that front foot out a little bit so that you can get those hips around, that is just fine. Bend that front knee. Bring your hands to your heart. Pull that belly in. Lengthen through that tailbone. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're moving to that warrior two. Shoulders are down, belly is tight. Flip that palm up and back. And now we're going to come into our side angle pose. So my right hand is going to go into the chair. My left arm is at an extension out. My heart is lifted. We're in our side angle pose. Take another breath here. Now we're going to add that bind. So the hand that's in the air, we're going to bend at that elbow and we're going to bring that hand back behind our back. And we're going to press. So I'm pressing the hand into the back as I lift my heart. There's our beautiful bind. One more breath. Let's release that. Hand comes up. We're going to press back to that warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. Back to your warrior two. And release it. Very good. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is a downward facing puppy. So we've been doing a bit of opening this direction, and we haven't done just a ton of the opposite direction. So that's one of the things we're going to do right now. So I want you to take like a half of it, or a step, one step back from the side of your chair. We're going to pull our belly button to our spine, and we're going to hinge forward, and we're going to place one hand in the chair and then the other hand in the chair, okay? And then I want you to come forward so that your shoulders are over your wrist. So we're not back here, we're up, all right? So that's pretty important. Now I'm going to come down onto the forearm. See how that feels? You probably are feeling the back of the body stretching. Do you feel that, right? Okay. So now I'm going to take a step back, pretty good sized step back with my right foot. Pull your belly button to your spine. Step back with that left foot. Now press into the forearms and lift your hips up to the ceiling. And here you are in a downward facing puppy. Now your heels may touch the floor, they may not, it doesn't matter. Belly is tight. I'm pressing the heart back towards my thighs. My hips are coming up to the ceiling. I am breathing. One more breath. We're going to take a step forward, and we're going to roll it up nice and slow. All right. We're going to do that again from the other side. Now, here's the thing. If that chair is wanting to slide, I would encourage you to have it on a carpet or a mat or something, right? So if your chair is on just your wood floor, for example, be super careful, all right? So you don't want to be, you want to be pressing down anyway. That's the idea. You're pressing down, not out. But just be careful. All right, so we're going to start with those feet just a step away from the chair. We're going to hinge forward, and we're going to put one hand in the chair and the other hand in the chair. All right, right, just kind of letting yourself sink into this one first. Now, let yourself continue to fall forward and put your forearms on the chair. And you probably are feeling quite a stretch in the back of the legs at this point. It's all good, right? We're warm, so we can do this. All right, if you're with me, we're going to take a step back, take another step back. Now, I want you to press into your forearms, lift your hips to the ceiling, press your heart back, and just breathe into it. Let those heels fall down if they will. If they won't, that's okay. Heart is pressing back. Forearms is on the on the chair. We're pulling the belly button to the spine. One more breath. We're going to step forward, roll it up nice and slow. How did you do? All right, everybody. Let's have a seat. Whew. And grab a sip of water. Okay, we're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. We're going to be about a step away from the chair, and we're going to move into a cat and cow. So we're going to hinge forward, and we're going to place one hand in the chair, and we're going to place the other hand in the chair. Now, we're going to start in cow pose. And the cow pose is kind of our heart opening. So we're going to let our belly fall. We're going to lift our heart and lift those hips up. All right, now we're going to move into our cat pose. So pull your belly button to your spine, round your shoulders, tuck your chin, and let the head fall. We're going to do that again. So move back into your cow pose, dropping your belly, lifting your heart, and then cat pose. Belly button to spine, round the shoulders, tuck the chin, and we're going to add our breath this time, okay? Cow pose is our inhale. Move into your cat pose on your exhale. Inhale to cow pose. Exhale to cat pose. Do one more. Inhale to cow pose. And exhale to cat pose. All right, stay right where you are, back to neutral spine. Now, I want you just to heel toe your feet at least the distance of your chair legs, maybe a little bit more if it's comfortable for you, okay? All right. Now, I'm going to pull my belly button to my spine, and I'm going to place one hand behind my back, and I'm going to place the other hand behind my back, and I'm lifting my heart. Do you see that? So it's kind of like cow, a little bit like cow. I'm lifting my heart up, and I'm letting my heart fall forward. So it's a straddle forward fold, and maybe my forehead touches the chair, or maybe it doesn't. But don't lose that shoulder opening back there, okay? One more breath. Now, if you have a tweaky back, I want you to put your hands back in the chair and roll it up. If your back is okay, you're going to leave your hands where they are, and we're going to lift it up, belly button to spine. There's some good stretch and work for that low back. Okay, so now we're going to do that again. This time, instead of just laying our hands back here, we're going to start interlacing the fingers. So you're going to interlace your fingers, and you want to try to have the heels of your hands together, all right? If it works for you. Heels of the hands together, open that heart. You feel it? Oh, yeah. We're kind of looking up just a little bit. Now remember, you can do what we were just doing. If you want to have your hands in the chair, that's fine. If you're with me, we're going to come forward. My hands are going to kind of come up back behind me. Maybe your forehead touches the chair, maybe it doesn't. It does not matter. We're breathing. One more breath, and if it works for you, we're going to come back up. If you need to release your hands and put them in the chair, please do so. Here we go. Take a deep breath in. A nice little bend to those knees. Don't lock those knees out. Here we go. Belly button is tight. We're coming back up. Oh my goodness. And release. Hang on to the chair. Heel toe those feet back together. All right. So how did that feel? Did that feel pretty good? So we're going to do that again. We're going to add our strap in. So if you don't have the strap, you're going to keep doing what we were just doing. But if you have the strap, what we're going to do is, instead of clasping the hands together, we're going to have that strap. And so all that does is it gives you a little bit more ability. If pulling those hands together is really hard for you, then this is going to let you be a little more available for you to see how that bind feels, okay? All right, hold on to your chair. Heel toe those feet wide again, at least the distance of your chair. And I really don't care I personally prefer my toes to be facing forward, so I'm getting a little stretch into the side of my legs too. So that's my preference. So toes are facing towards the chair, basically. All right? Okay, so now I'm going to have my strap. I've got it in one hand or the other. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to bring it back behind me. And then I've got it, I'm holding on to it with both hands. All right. So maybe start a little bit wide and just kind of see how that feels. And then if you want to tighten it up later, you can bring your hands closer together once we get into the pose if that's what you prefer. All right, belly button to spine. Remember, we're going to hinge forward. You have the option of having your hands in the seat of the chair. That is just fine. We're coming forward. Now, as we're coming forward, we're letting our arms come up behind us. And we're going to put that forehead in the chair. Do you see what I'm doing there? You can peek real quick if you need to. So I've got my hands at just whatever width of the strap works for you. Opening up through those shoulders, through that chest, keeping that heart open. All right, are we ready? We're going to come up. Remember, bend your knees ever so slightly. Pull that belly button in, and we're going to slowly roll it back up. And then we're going to bring those hands down as we come up. Now, before we finish, let's just look up one final time and squeeze those shoulder blades behind. All right, go ahead and release that strap, grab your chair, and heel toe those feet together. Ooh, yeah. That feel good? Okay, now put your strap in the seat of your chair. We're going to use it again here in just a minute. Okay, so this time when we move into our side angle pose, instead of using our chair for support, we're going to just be using our body weight. So if you feel like you want to use the chair, you can continue doing it like we did a minute ago, where your hand is in the chair. If you're with me, what we're going to do is that foot that's next to the chair, we're going to take a big step back. Actually, I tell you what, move forward just a little bit first, okay? So now when you take that step back, I want the back of the chair to be handy, where you can grab it if you need it. Does that make sense? So if you're too far back or too far forward, it's not quite in the right spot. So I want it to kind of be right in the middle of the body. All right. Now that back foot is at that 45-degree angle. Don't forget, hips are forward, bend that front knee, just like we did a minute ago into that warrior one. All right? So if you can let go of the chair, let go of it and bring your hands to your heart. Bend that front knee. Ooh, yeah. All right, here we go. Bring those hands to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, goalpost arms, look up at the ceiling. There's a theme, obviously. All right, here we go. Bring those hands back up to the ceiling. And we're going to windmill this left hand around to a warrior two facing our chair. Okay? So you're in your warrior two, you've got your chair, you're facing the chair. That's pretty important for what we're going to be doing. All right, let's go ahead and take this front hand and we're going to flip it up and back. We're going to reverse that warrior just to feel that sideways stretching. Always a good thing. Back to that warrior two. Now we're going to come straight into that side angle pose. All right, so my right arm is resting lightly on my right knee that's bent. My left arm is up at the ceiling. Let's go ahead and take that hand and bring it back behind. Press into the back of the chest, or the back of the, between the shoulder blades is basically what I'm trying to say, and lift your heart, and there's your bind. I don't know about you, but I immediately felt a little inner thigh stretch at that same time when my heart was lifted. So that was kind of that's a bonus. All right, here we go. Take that arm back up. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to come down and grab your strap. See, that's why the strap is right here in the chair. It's very convenient, isn't it? All right. So if you remember, we had our palm facing out. Remember, the thumb is down towards the floor. There's our hinge. Grab that strap, and this is our starting position. You're going to bring that hand all the way around the body, and it's going to be back behind the head. Now here's the trick to this one. You're going to reach with this hand, right? The hand that's on that leg that's supporting. You're going to reach down and you're going to grab that strap, she says, if I can find it. Reach down and whoop, it keeps wanting to come around me, doesn't it? And I got it finally. All right, so I'm pulling up with the hand in the air, and I'm pulling down with this hand behind my leg, and I'm opening up that heart. Oh my goodness. Do you feel that? Pulling that yin yang, right? I'm pulling up and I'm pulling down. I'm stretching. One more breath. Okay, with your right hand, let go of the strap and come back to that. Put that hand back on that thigh for support. Bring that hand around that opposite hand and put that strap back in the chair. Woo! Press up to that warrior two. Up and back. Back to your warrior two and release it. Oh my goodness, that was great. Let's do the other side. Okie dokie. So again, I'm going to come a little bit forward, kind of toward the front edge of my chair is. Now, the leg that's next to the chair is the one that you're going to step back with. Believe me, you don't want to do the same side twice. You want to give that front leg a little break. The front leg gets a lot of work, doesn't it? You feel it? Okay. We're going to bend that front knee. Hips are forward, hands at heart, right? Starting in that warrior one. But whoops, belly button is nice and tight. Extend that spine long. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, hands to the ceiling. All right, goalpost arms. We're going to look up. Open up that heart. Here we go. Hands back to the ceiling. Now we're going to turn to a warrior two facing our chair. Bend that front knee. Let's reverse that warrior up and back. Ready? Flip that front palm up. Lengthen through that side waist. Looking up at the ceiling. Stretching through. Back to that warrior two. And now that left arm is going to come down into our side angle pose. All right. So really think about that left ear is down towards the mat. We don't have a ton of weight in this leg, right? But it's there for support. But we want to be lifting up using our core muscles. Take the hand that's in the air. We're just going to bend at the elbow. And we're going to place that hand back behind us and lift. So there's that nice bind. And this is a great version. If you want to stay right here, stay right here. All right? If you're with me, I want to release that bind, that same hand. I'm going to come down and I'm going to grab my strap. All right? So remember that hinging thumb to the floor. You're going to kind of slide it in there. Now, if you want to make your strap longer, that might make it easier to grab in a minute. I had such trouble. I think I'm going to make this part of my strap longer so I have a little more to grab a hold of. All right, here we go. This hand that's got the strap is going to come around the body. And it's going to come all the way around so that palm is in the back of your head. Palm is facing the head. I'm going to go ahead and get that strap down around so that you know where we're headed, right? So we can reach down and grab it. Does that make sense? Okay. So here we are in our side angle pose. I'm going to reach down. I'm going to grab that strap. Now, really? There we go. So now I'm going to pull up with my upper hand and I'm going to pull down with this lower hand and I'm opening up through the chest. Side angle pose with a bind. You feel it? I do. All right, are we ready? One more breath. Let go with your left hand first, the bottom hand first, and go ahead and get it set back. Now bring that strap around. Put it back in your chair. Come back to that side angle pose. That hand is in the air. Ready? Press through to that warrior two. Flip it up and back. Back to your warrior two. And release. Very, very good. Go ahead and set your strap back under your chair. Whew. Let's grab some water. How's everybody feeling? Good? All right, we're going to finish up now. Let's take that right knee. We're going to open it up nice and wide. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Now, the main thing to remember in our half Lord of the Fishes pose is that we don't want this knee to fold in. It's going to want to, but I want you to really try hard not to let it. All right, let's take this arm, this left arm, bring it all the way across your body. You're going to grab your chair, lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling, and then you're going to look over the back of your chair. Let's release that and do it one more time. Come all the way across your chair, lift and twist. And release. Crescent lunge, knee towards the floor. Push the foot behind you. Lift your heart up. One final heart opening while we're here. Let's lift that heart up. Feel that stretch. Let's release it. And we're going to do that one more time. Here we go. Back of the kneecap to the ceiling. Lift that heart up. And if you want to add those arms, you can. It's your choice. Squeezing, looking up. One more breath and release. Let's face forward. We're going to extend that leg out in front of us, toes to the ceiling. Lift the heart up and let the heart fall forward. If you want to use that strap, go for it. I'm not going to this time, but if you want to, it's great. Let's go ahead and lift the heart up, and we're going to do that one more time. Don't forget to extend first, then keeping the back flat, let the heart fall forward. And release. Good job. Okay, we're going to do our pigeon pose now. So remember, if you cross ankle to ankle, that's great. But I want you to leave this leg right where it is. Don't bring that foot in, okay? Keep that leg out and cross. Or if you're with me, I'm going to cross my ankle onto my knee, all right? Now, I'm going to extend my spine long. I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling the stretch right here. And this may be all you want. If you want a little more, you're just going to let your heart fall forward. So it's totally your choice, right? If you stay lifted, heart lifted, or let the heart fall forward. But if you keep the back flat, you're going to maximize the stretch. Go ahead and lift it up. And let's just flutter that butterfly today. All right, let's do that again. Extend the spine long and let the heart fall forward. If you want to press gently on that knee, go for it. You can even put your elbow there and put your chin on those fingers and press. It's all good, right? It's a good option. Let's release that and let's flutter that butterfly again. We're going to do it one more time. You've got options. And you can even, if you like it, you can extend those arms out towards the wall in front of you and then let them fall towards the floor. It's a good option if you like it. Go for it. If you want to keep your hands on the thighs, go for it. If you've got choices. That's all I'm saying. And up we go. Very good. Let's put that leg down and move to the other side. Open that knee nice and wide. Remember, keep this knee open. Right hand is going to come all the way across our body. We're going to grab the chair, crown of the head to the ceiling, turn and look over the back of your chair. And let's release that, and we're going to do that again. Bring that hand across your body, lift and twist. And release. Very good. Crescent lunge. Knee to the floor. Press the foot back if you like it. Heart is lifted. We're breathing into the stretch. We're really warm so we can maximize the stretch in the front of that leg. Let's release it, and then let's do that again. Adding those arms if you like it. Squeezing the shoulder blades behind us. One final heart opener today. We have worked so hard. Beautiful. One more breath, and release and face forward. Pyramid pose. Extend that leg in front of you, toes to the ceiling. Lift and hinge. And remember, if you want to grab your strap and use that, do it. Let's lift that heart up, and we're going to do that one more time. Extend and hinge. This would be your exhale if you want to add that breath. Oh, yeah. After that downward facing puppy, we may have a little more availability in those hamstrings today. All right, let's come up to pigeon pose. Did y'all like downward facing puppy? I love that one. All right, remember, you can be here or you can have that ankle on that knee. Extend and hinge. And up we go, and let's flutter that butterfly. Let's do that again. Extend and hinge, and if you want to press gently on that knee, you can. You can even put that elbow there if you like it. And release it, and let's flutter that butterfly. And our final version. Extend up first, and maybe you bring those hands out to the wall in front of you and then down to the floor if you like that version. That's a great version. If you don't like that version, pick a different one. And release. All right. Let's go ahead and sit back in our chair. Place your hands lightly on your thighs. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. A deep breath in. And on this exhalation, close your eyes. Flip your palms to the ceiling. Do what you can. You may not have much time to get it done, yet you do have some time. Use the time you have. You may not get it perfect, yet you can get it done. Do what you can, the best you can, with the time and resources available. You may not be able to think of the cleverest way to say what you want to say, yet you do have the opportunity to say something. Say what you mean to say in whatever way you think to say it. Let the desire for excellence drive you to do your best work, but don't let it become an excuse for you to avoid the work. The highest commitment to excellence is meaningless if you don't do anything to express that excellence. Do the work, bring that excellence into being at whatever level you can. Every stretch of time, every situation, every challenge, every desire is an opportunity to make a difference. Though it may not be perfect, use what you have and do what you can. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with your right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands and give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with your left hand. Give the head a gentle tug, pressing that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember, go to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga on YouTube. Click on that subscribe button. Leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.